me tell you, if I put on my computer, then I have to create a link.
We're recording, Laura. So let's see. Maybe we're not.
Yes, you are. You're recording up there.
All right, great.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Murphy-Shannon with Chatting with Coaches, and I have Laura Diaz with me here today, the other wonderful coach. Laura, do you want to introduce yourself?
Good afternoon. Laura Diaz, owner and founder of In Harmony Coaching, which is a life and business coaching program where I work with women in transition, could be life or career transition, and working with them, partnering with them so that way they can, just start creating the life that they love.
Wonderful. And I'm Barbara Murphy-Shannon. I'm the CEO of BMS Coaching. I'm a certified money breakthrough coach, as well as have my master's in psychology. I work mostly with women entrepreneurs and leaders, helping them create the vision for their business so they can have success. So today, what we thought we would talk about is the mindset of either being a coach or anyone that works with clients or offers a service one-on-one, and the mindset you really have to hold your clients powerful, even when they can't see it. So we have 5 of them. We're going to go through the 5 and we'll just discuss and explain, and hopefully you'll get some good nuggets out of this. So the first one is your love for your client has to be greater than your fear. So for this, what this means to me is the reason I'm coaching is because my goal is to help people. And sometimes, we, even as a coach, might second guess ourselves or be worried about anything and everything, I guess. But the goal is it's not about me. It's about my client. So I have to kind of push that fear away of whatever that is and make my focus totally on my client, because that's who is important in this. I'm not important. The coach isn't important. The consultant's not important. The goal is to help our clients, and they are the main focus. Laura, did you have any input on this?
Yes, it reminds me of, like the concept, as you said, Barbara, that it's not about me. Because what happens when I make it about me, I start, thinking about me, if I'm going to be liked or other things about me, and then fear gets created. So for me, when I look at this concept and this mindset, I think, how am I going to show up at this moment where I can help this person create a significant outlook on herself? Because I'm a trained coach, and also I'm a trained leader in many ways. And I'm thinking, how can I, with consciousness and kindness, disturb their thinking at this moment that is getting them to be where they are and they don't want to be there anymore? How can, with kindness, cause them to really question how they're thinking and how their life is leading, because they're going to get the same results, and not be afraid that they're not going to like me at this moment, and be afraid that we're not going to, relate well. I have to, for me, I want to be in a place as a trained person to shake things up a little bit, for them to really start creating some awareness. Where are they right now? And what needs to be reshuffled or redone or reinvented or rethought, whatever, for them to get into a different space and consciousness.
Right. Yeah. So the second one is you have to love your clients enough to feel what needs to be felt, see what needs to be seen, and to say what needs to be said, which what you were just saying, Laura, like sometimes we have to challenge our clients, even though it might get uncomfortable and they maybe not like what we're saying to them, but that's why they're paying us. When they're not paying us to, tell them be a yes person. So sometimes the challenge does have to come up, but of course, like Laura says, we do it in a very kind way. We don't do it in a very judgmental way at all. We just might say, have you thought about this? And I always ask too, sometimes I'll say, I'd love to offer you a suggestion. You can take it or not. Doesn't, no problem if you don't, but if you're open to it, I'd love to give you a suggestion. And then if they say yes, then I would give them the suggestion or the challenge or whatever I'm seeing that needs to be brought up. If they say no, then they're not ready for it. So then I would wait. What do you think, Laura?
Yeah, that's a tough mindset because we have to be present to our own feelings, our own humanness, that, there's going to be judgments in our minds and opinions of what we have and pertaining to a situation. So we have to be very careful about this because we're in a place that we're there to be of help with this other person. And so we have to be, clearly aware that I'm not here to be your friend. You hired me to help you move into a different place in your thinking and in your performance, whatever that is, so you can cause a change. And for you to create some awareness and consciousness, you need to really own that before you start moving into that change. Which reminds me of a note that I have here. I was listening to one of my mentors, and this is a question that was posed that seems pertinent to what we're talking about. And so the questions that we can constantly ask somebody at different times is, are the stories, beliefs, and what I say about me, and how am I holding this to me, and what I have to do, is it serving me and allowing me to show up in the best version of myself? So what are the stories and what you're telling yourself and the beliefs you have? There's a question I would ask somebody, that how you holding yourself, is that helping you in moving towards where you want to be and being the best version of yourself? And so when we pose a question of that, then it creates a moment to explore, where are you right now? What's working for you? What's not working for you? And how can we, look at those beliefs and stories that you're telling yourself that are not serving you right now? And when I bring something up to you, it's not because I'm being confrontational. I'm just bringing it up to the light. For example, I may say, oh, I have noticed, the way you describe yourself, blah, blah, blah. When you say this, it appears to. And I'm not saying that to be mean or judgmental. I'm saying that to bring it to the light on how it appears. Because whatever you say about yourself, words are very powerful. And how we describe ourselves, we will live into that word. So we have to be very careful about that. And that creates stories. The words create stories as well.
Right, exactly. Sorry if you hear my dog snoring, but she's right behind me.
No, I didn't hear her snore, but thanks for telling me, so I'll know that's what's going on with the noise over there.
It's not my stomach. Okay, the third one is, your love has to be greater than your need to be liked, which again, Laura, you just brought up. And like Laura had said, you hired me not to be your friend, but you hired me to get a result. And so my goal is to get you the result that you hired me for as a coach. And sometimes that might, be a little tough, might be, you might have to stretch. And my goal is not to, for you to love me and like me. I mean, of course, I will have a wonderful relationship, but this is a big one, because the difference between like coaching and like going to a friend for advice. A friend's gonna pretty much, keep it neutral and support you, but they're not gonna challenge you. They're not gonna have the powerful questions that we're trained to ask. They're most likely gonna be like, either agree with you, like if you said, oh, my boyfriend is a jackass and he's doing this, this, and this, they're gonna be like, oh my God, yeah, like, that's girl talk. That's, Just like, yeah, he is like blah, blah, blah. Where if you go to a coach, a relationship coach, say, and said, these things are happening with my boyfriend. I don't know what to do. How do I fix it? Then you're going to get coaching. It's totally different. And that you might not like what you hear because sometimes it's not the other person. Sometimes it's the person asking the question.
Right.
Oh, and that's what coaching's about. We ask the tough questions. You take some introspection. You learn more about yourself. And and that's part of coaching too. That's the huge part. You have to be coachable, which means that you're going to be open to change. And change, you can't have growth without change. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, because one of the things that I've realized with all the studies and training that I've had is either you're going to choose to live as a victim and be taken on by the circumstances or situations in your life or your stories that you think about, like in that example that you think that you were done bad by your boyfriend, he did me bad and I'm the victim here. Or you can take ownership of yourself and say, what part did I play in that? And take ownership of yourself, because when you take ownership of yourself as a self-leader, then you say, I can do something about that. I don't need to, be treated in that respect. So what happens in life that I've discovered is people will continue wanting to play victims, or they will strive to be more in a place of ownership for their feelings and move towards a self-leadership position. What can I do about this?
Right.
Because when you start complaining, then you're starting to be in the place of the victim.
Exactly.
Somebody did me wrong, as compared a wrong situation happened, and maybe I didn't approach it in the best way I wanted to. But when I reflect back, this is another way that I can stand for myself and see this and come across in a different way where I take a stand for myself.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And then the next one is practice passionate detachment. So this is all about being objective. And again, kind of goes with everything we're saying. Sometimes we're with our clients 6 months to 12 months, and we do grow a relationship with them, of course. But we have to stay detached, and detached in a friendly way, not in a negative way, because we have to be that objective coach always. Again, the end result is getting the client what's their result. It's not, again, about building a personal relationship. It's about coaching. And I think you have to stay detached. It's just part of being a coach, a consultant, a freelancer, whatever it is, when you're offering a service.
Yeah, that's a tough one, the detachment, because there's so much humanness that comes to play. And again, we have to become aware, where am I when this is happening? Is anything coming up in me as a coach, my own personal stuff, my own personal opinions and judgments? Is that stuff coming up that it's, moving towards attachment, where it's not a place in this relationship for me to be attached in this relationship to a certain outcome? Yes, maybe we've been coaching for the last 3 months, and this is as much as we have accomplished. It's best for me not to have an expectation. We're going to be completed by this. It's going to happen at certain time frames, because everybody's different and everybody has different gradients they have to go through, or different things that they have to overcome before they can move to someplace else. So somebody's development is going to take a different time frame than another person. So my expectation that this person should be in a certain place at 3 months may not meet this person's development. So for me to have an attachment that we should be here, then I'm placing judgment on the relationship. So that's not good, to hold an attachment to a certain outcome that should be.
Right. Exactly. Okay. The last one is hold someone as powerful, no matter what, even when they can't do it for themselves. So, this is when if I'm coaching someone and they're like, I can't, I don't know how, those negative words, that's when, as a coach, I'm going to hold you powerful. And I'm going to be like, maybe you can't yet. And I love the power of yet. And I'm going to say, I believe in you, because I do believe in you. And it's one of those things where we all get that point sometimes where we're like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. It's so hard. And so that's when, as a coach, I'm going to hold you powerful and say, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You might need to go take a day at the spa, or go for a walk, or go for a hike, come back, we'll regroup, and we'll set out our sail again. And again, it's a power of yet. I can't do it yet. I can't, I don't know how to do it yet. So there's no, I can't.
Right. Yeah, and you're right, Barbara, that word yet, not yet, is so powerful, because it's motivating in a way that says, okay, maybe not now, but that doesn't mean it can't be tomorrow, next month, next week, or next year. But right now, maybe not right now. However, we're on the path to that possibility, and looking at that. So I lost my train of thought. What was the question again? What was the mindset? Repeat that, please.
Holding them powerful when they can't see it.
Oh, yeah. So when I've been in a situation where I've held somebody powerful, even though they can't see it, is for me to know as a trained person that anybody's powerful, that they can overcome wherever they are. And I know as a human being and somebody who's been in that place, because I've been in that place, that I felt at times that I didn't know how I was going to accomplish certain things, but finding the resources, the mentors, people to work with, and having some support. This other person I know can be as resourceful and powerful. They may not know it yet, but them, taking the time to explore the possibility of who can support me and how. It's kind of like developing a support team, because all of us need a support team in life. When we're moving towards success in some area, all of us really could use support teams and cheerleaders.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's all 5. I hope these mindsets have helped you. If you're a coach or a consultant or freelancer, these are great mindsets to remember, and you can play it back and watch it again. So right now, what I'm working on, if you're interested, is I'm doing a Psych to Sell, double your sales numbers program. It's a VIP day program, and it's for coaches, consultants, anyone that wants to upgrade their sales and their enrollments. So if you're interested in that, it's barbaramurphyshannon.com or barbara@barbaramurphyshannon.com, and just email me or message me, because we'll be on Facebook, and just let me know and I'll give you more information. And Laura, what are you working on right now?
Right now, Barbara, what I'm working in is on a 5-week course called From Uncertainty to Confidence. And it's helping people in the coaching business, consulting business, or any kind of business where you feel uncertainty, especially with this pandemic. Many of us, I've heard voices, people are feeling unsure. Where am I going? They had to close their business, or unemployed, and they're feeling unmotivated. What's going to happen next year? So I created this course just to get into a successful mind pace from uncertainty, because all of us will be in a place of shakiness, uncertain. How can we get from that place right now, what's happening with us with this pandemic, into a place of confidence that we have the resources, the tools to move towards a place of confidence in our business and in ourselves. So I'm looking at starting that 5-week course in November, uncertain when, probably mid-November. So if you're interested in finding more, drop me a line at laura@inharmonycoaching.com, or visit my website. I'm going to have some more information at www.inharmonycoaching.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for being with us for these 20-something minutes. And I really hope that these mindsets will help you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.